Hey everybody, HMV here. A more Kerbal Space Program, and we are launching a very small looking ship to Minmus, or Moho. Moho, that's where we're going. We're going to Moho. Let's turn the computer on and hit the space bar and get this guy going. We gotta kind of crank it over fairly quickly here because we don't have a ton of control. And I might have already gone too far, or not far enough. But we'll see. Yeah, I really don't like the ascent profile. I forgot that I needed to start right away cranking it over. I think we can just say hold prograde. Got plenty of electric charge. Actually, never mind about holding prograde. Let's just hold it sideways. I think mistakes were made. Let's go ahead and transmit this science. Probably a bad idea having the antenna going down through there, but why not, right? I don't even know why I'm still burning because this is actually looking okay. But yeah, we don't have the meters per second anymore, so. Yeah, we're going to call this a test launch. That's what this one here is. And while we're testing things, we might as well test transmitting the science here. We've got 2 days before the Moho window, so we're not in any hurry by any means. Go and transmit this data, see what this is like. I'm actually going to go into physics warp here, or yeah, physics warp and see. Yeah, so we do have the electric charge now to get this. Okay, we're going to leave this guy here. We're going to accept these mistakes. And I think we actually... Oh, actually, no, wait. Resume the flight. I just remembered. We have a contract for science data around Kerbin, so we might as well log gravity data here. Oh. Let's go ahead and transmit that. And then transmit this. There we go. Now we completed the contract. I don't think we can transmit this one. You know what? We better hurry. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll just transmit everything as we go. Oh, we're out of electric charge, so there you go. All the explosions. That's hilarious. He just survived re-entry. You won't survive splashdown, though. Well, we did complete a contract, so I guess it's worth checking here. I don't want anything in surface of the moon. I'm not going to position any more satellites. So, yeah, we're good. Let's just launch another one, shall we? And now I remember. Yeah, it's 0 science. We don't want this at all. Let's just keep it for now. Okay, now that I remember, let's go ahead and hit the spacebar and turn this guy right away to get him going over. Possibly need to crank it up a bit so we don't burn up in the atmosphere here. I would like, as we cross the 45, to have our apoapsis be over 20. I think we're just about going to touch it. Yeah. Yeah, we're fine now. Okay, now I'm actually going to change it and crank it down. Yeah, let's go ahead and just keep going. I lost my... Okay, we're fine. No, we're not. We lost part of the ship. We lost significantly important parts of the ship. Okay, I cranked over too far. We're gonna revert flight on that one. I swear this worked in testing. Okay, we're gonna ride this up to about the 45. This is kind of where we were before. There we go. Let's turn the computer back on so we're holding. Gonna aim up a little higher than we did the first time. It's kind of funny, this is more like the first launch than it is the second launch. And I think I'm just gonna accept whatever we get here. Although I'm gonna crank it like this to get more horizontal. That's not bad. And the solid. And that is useless, so let's go ahead and reset it. Extend our solar panels. And then now, add apoapsis. I have no idea what that is, but I think the last video just finished encoding. I actually forgot that I was encoding it. There we go. Whoop. Are we out of the atmosphere yet? I don't think so, because we don't We don't hear the music. There we go. And if I set this up right, which I apparently did not, this guy should be emptying his fuel into this guy. Yeah, I don't know what the game is telling me here about my total delta V, but apparently it's 1700, which I'm not 100% sure is enough. But I don't want to leave space trash. I wish I had realized that. I'm gonna make an executive decision here. We're gonna burn our periapsis down. We're gonna ditch this. Oh, wait. We're gonna fill up our smaller tanks here. We're gonna ditch this. Then we're gonna break one of our solar panels. Ay, ay, ay. Then we're gonna burn back up to 84 by 84, give or take. Okay, that's why we have 2 solar panels, right? So if we break one, that's fine. We're going to Moho. We're going to Moho. We're going to be closer to the sun. We don't need as many solar panels when you're closer to the sun. Okay, let's see if we can get there with, what do we have? Oh, see, we have 2378. Yeah, we got plenty. We got plenty. Let's burn down to Moho. Set it as a target. We could change our time a little bit here to get this right there. Let's focus on the sun. Then we want to burn less. Ideally, Moho would be right there. Well, it's right there, but that's not very good. So let's change our timing again. If we change our timing like this, that'll do it. You should be able to get that with a mid-course correction. I think I'm happy with this. 1,500 meters per second in however many minutes that is. Granted, we're also, what are we? We're 2 days ahead of the window. That might be the problem. Let's plus orbit a few times. Do we have like a moon encounter or something? Yes, a moon encounter, which is no good. Although if we plus orbit a couple more times, then we'll miss our moon encounter. That's good. Okay, this kind of implies possibly that this just gave us a Moho encounter. And it did. Awesome. Yeah, the changing color of the orbit told me that we had an encounter somewhere. And boom, that's good enough for me. 2 days, 2 hours, blah, blah, blah. There we are. Meanwhile, we are perfectly in the sun here. Let's review this gravity data. It is worth nothing, so let's reset it. This is worth something. Let's send it, even though it's garbage. That's worth good, so let's go ahead and send that. Let's go ahead and transmit this one too. Why not? Notice I have 2 of the big batteries on this guy. And this is exactly why. I want to be able to transmit data as much as I want, and I also want to be able to pay attention to the maneuver node so I don't overshoot it. There we go. Did we hit it? Probably not. Nope. Okay, mid-course correction right here. Let's go ahead and transmit that. There we go. There's an encounter. Let's focus on Moho and tweak our encounter so it looks gooder. We're getting kind of low on electric charge here, so I'm going to wait until we're done transmitting before we do anything. Okay, it's going up. It's actually, we got plenty, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go down to 1s here. I got to bring the prograde over and then bring the radial down. That's looking pretty good. Prograde over, radial down, prograde over, There. We're going to go for a collision, and then we'll fix it. Let's see. Where are we? We can actually do this. The sun's going to be over this way. So we want to pass Moho on the sunlit side, which is this side over here. So I think if I take one prograde away, there we go. And then bring it down a little bit and then get really close because we want to make sure we just skim the surface. If we're gonna pass it once, we're gonna pass it an awesome time. Hey, there's another one. Let's go ahead and transmit. No, let's not transmit that yet. Let's get some electric charge first. Let's get up to at least 400 electric charge before we transmit anything. And then when we're at 400 electric charge and we transmit, I'm gonna then watch here and see how much it takes to transmit a gravity scan. There's 400. Okay, so we were at 411 when we transmit. Yeah, and that took us down to 60. So we need 400 bare minimum before we transmit anything. So there's our 400. By the way, this burn that's coming up is 50 meters per second. We still have 800, so we're actually really good as far as that's concerned. Okay, I don't want this because it's worth 0, but I kept the window up so that it wouldn't keep popping up. There's moon. We do have a contract for data around the moon, which we're going to have to deal with eventually. Let's go ahead and get this guy out of the Kerbin system because he's the next thing to happen. I think we're actually passing close to the moon, yeah, because we had that near encounter. We could have actually taken that encounter and tried to work with it, but I didn't want to add variables. It's hard enough to get to Moho without complicating it further, especially when we're going to have plenty of opportunities to get science from orbit of the moon, that's for sure. Okay, this is worth 0. So go ahead and reset it. This is worth 0.6. So let's go ahead and transmit it. And there we go. We have nothing to do. Make sure there's no science sitting in this guy. Nope. Okay. Contractor satellite. Let's go ahead and head to him. We are, oh yeah, we're getting him into his orbit. So ideally completing this contract. But it's looking right now like we're not going to actually complete the contract here because we're so far away from the orbit. Because I was lazy. I would laugh if this actually completed the contract. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. Reach the designated orbit now. Okay. That's funny. This is supposedly an equatorial orbit around Kerbin. That doesn't seem reasonable. But yeah, I mean, I understand it's retrograde, but oh, it's the orbit itself. We're still very, very poorly set up on this orbit. Okay, not a big deal. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to burn retrograde here. How much juice have we got? Oh, we got plenty. I'm going to burn retrograde here to get right there. We're just going to fix everything right here at our ascending node. We are going to do this, which is actually this. And we are going to burn retrograde. And a little bit radial. There, that's got to do it. 28 meters per second. And it's the next thing to happen. Okay, now we've got to be at the designated orbit. And we are. And after 10 seconds of stability, we win. We win at Kerbal Space Program. Okay, now that we're here, we want to actually get to the moon. Because we have science data from space around the moon as a contract. And there we go. And yes, we're coming in backwards. And yes, we're going to crash into the moon. But I'm just going to let that happen. Because his orbit's retrograde, I don't think it's worth trying to fiddle him around and keep him up there to get scientific data from blah 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 place. And we'll take the mystery goo and the this thing, which I'm not sure if we'll be able to transmit them, but we'll try. How many sciences is this? 25 minutes. I think we can transmit that. Oh yeah, we got plenty of electric charge for that. Okay, let's do the same thing here. 10 MITs, we could definitely transmit that. And then we might as well review this data. It's worth 0. Reset it. Review this data. Go and transmit that. Although I don't even know if we have the electric charge for that now that I'm thinking about it. We'll find out in a second. I want to keep up on where the moon is. Yeah, 90%. That is so annoying. Okay, we're going to, you know what we're going to do? This is worth 0, so we should reset it. We're going to change our antenna. We're going to go out of time warp so we can change our antenna to not require complete. We're going to transmit data. Now I'm going to, actually, let's review all the stuff here. We don't have anything to send now. So let's perform all science. This is garbage, 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 garbage. Okay, so there is no science to be sent back to moon. Let's go ahead and get into low over moon. Just probably here, there we go. Go ahead and transmit that. And that. We're just going to transmit what we can before we crash. Okay. I doubt we're going to get any more data. But I'm only time warping 10 times just in case. Impact in 70 seconds. You know what? We don't actually have the meters per second to do this. But why not, right? At the very least, it'll slow us down so we can do more science on the way down. The probe is doing its best to get the science back to us before it dies, which is very nice. And I think that burn actually caused it to get through. One science point. All of that for one science point. Well, the probe has served us well. But it's only got 20 seconds worth of burn left. And it's crashing. It needs 25 seconds, and it's got 18. So, yeah. And not to mention, it's crashing in 14. So, it looks like the engine's going to run out right before it crashes. And I seriously doubt we have any way to survive this crash. There we go. You've served us well. Nothing, no science is worth it this close. Nope. The probe core survived. Did anything else survive? No. The probe core survived, though. Nice job, probe core. Okay, for bookkeeping purposes, a quick mid-course correction on the Duna ship should get us... why can't... Oh, there you go. Focus on Duna. Should get us a nice, tight encounter with Ike, but looks like we need to hit it a little more exact than we did. There we go. But I think we're going to do this to bring it out. I think that's fair. We got plenty of who's and what's-its and thingamo things. So the next thing, though, to do is to launch the Dres ship, which is going to be the exact same thing as the Moho ship, so I'm not going to show it to you. Nor am I going to even show you the thing. I'll show you as I've got it attaching to Dres or getting close to Dres. Yeah, but I'll be showing you that when he gets like his thing to Dres, and then we're just going to be doing a little bit more paperwork before we arrive at Duna. But before we get to Duna, we have arrived at Moho. So let's go ahead and transmit all this science here. Let's make sure, first of all, that we have our single solar panel well suninated. Let's go ahead and transmit this data and transmit this data. Let's also get our credit for reaching orbit of Moho, or Moho's sphere of influence. And transmit this data, and transmit this data, and transmit this data. Possibly more data than we should have. We've also got a maneuver node that I have carelessly gone past, but that's not a big deal, as it's a very small maneuver node. We are going to cross 10 kilometers off the surface of Moho. I think that's fair. We're going to get as much data as we can possibly get from Moho, and then we're going to fly out of the system crazy fast. I don't even know exactly where Moho is. There's Moho. How's it going? We are done transmitting data, which is good. That means we have plenty of electric charge to transmit everything we could possibly get, which is nice. Let's go ahead and perform all science again. Just make sure everything's at 0. It is. Let's actually aim ourselves directly backwards. Oh, let's go ahead and transmit that. Yeah, that gravity data works great. See, the problem is, though, it takes it twice, because when you transmit it the one time, the science mod doesn't realize it's gone yet. You know, like, we don't have credit for it back at Kerbal Space Center, but the probe doesn't have it either anymore, so it tries to take it again. So let's just reset that. Oh, well, it wants to send it for 2.2 science. Let's go ahead and do it. And see, as soon as it starts sending it again, it's probably going to take it again. No, it knew. It knew it was going to get 2 science for that. So, okay. Color me wrong. Yeah, anyway, I wanted to aim retrograde here. Although it shouldn't matter. My thought is if I can start burning retrograde right at periapsis, maybe it'll get us a slight bit of science there. I don't know. There we go. We're coming up on Moho. I'm surprised we're not close enough yet. But I'm always surprised by by how quickly you have to, or how close you have to be to something in order to get the close data. Oh, there we go. Transmit, transmit, transmit. Transmit it again, just to make sure. I'm just everything at once. I'm just going to send it. And right at periapsis. Actually, we have 20 seconds of burn, so 10 seconds before periapsis, I'm going to hit the gas. Just to slow down that tiny bit that might be enough to get a little more data. Probably won't happen, but that's okay. And we're out of gas. Yeah, it barely affected our trajectory. I didn't expect it to. That was nice. Still uploading data. Still got plenty of electric charge. Oh, there's more to transmit. That's always good. Let's see what it says we get here. 64 science. So yeah, we got good data from that. I'm just seeing if there's any bugs in the mod that it's taking these things when it shouldn't. I mean, I don't expect the mod to know that you're not going to be transmitting it. So we got 3 science added there. We're getting pretty close to running out of electric charge, though. Not that that's a big deal. We can just let the batteries recharge and then send whatever's pending. But also, you'll notice our Dres Explorer. 60 science we got from that. And we're all done. So we got everything. Our Dres Explorer doesn't have a burn for 34 years. I don't know what happened to that window. It was garbage. So I just set the thing up to burn when it had the amount of delta V left to make a burn that would get it to Dres. It's garbage. I'm probably just never going to go to Dres. I don't even know if there's any anomalies on Dres. If there are, I'll launch a new probe to get there. Okay, let's get the Moho guy out of Moho's sphere of influence, and then we can forget about him forever. And I will see you at Duna. We're here. We're transmitting data. And we're not going to go away. That's literally true. We're not going to go away. This guy, once he gets landed on Duna, assuming he gets landed on Duna, he is not going to be coming back. And we should not be aiming at this maneuver node yet. What did we get here? First flyby at Duna. Flyby Duna. Okay, we got 2 contracts for flying by Duna, which seems totally fair to me. Looks like we did transmit the data. No. Interruptions, compromised, warning. Okay. Transmit data. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't transmit the data. Did we run out of power? Oh, yeah, because this guy doesn't have... the batteries the other guy had. I forgot. This is not the same kind of ship as that. Okay. Coming up on Ike. That's right. Our maneuver node is actually to not crash into Ike. Oh, look at that. Ah, come on. Transmit. There we go. F1, F2. There. Transmit. Oh, I see. We're going to be in the sphere of... Yeah, the way the alarms work is kind of crazy when you're crossing a maneuver node boundary and a sphere of influence boundary at the same time. Yeah, we have no electric charge, though. So we're going to hold on to these until we get our electric charge back. And we're just going to burn up to 12 kilometers. So we don't need this node. 12 kilometers. Perfect. Now let's aim ourselves north so that our solar panels are as in the sun as they can be. Yeah, we got to turn partial data back on. I forgot. This guy's just going to get whatever he can. He's here to unlock Duna things. And we could just come in for a landing. I really don't see any reason why not. What is that? 848 of our 1,000? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. We'd like to get all this stuff transmitted before we have to do our burn, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, let's just transmit one of these. Get ourselves rotated the way we like to be. Okay, that's done. Let's go ahead and transmit... Oh, look at this. We're getting more contracts. Explore Ike, transmit data. We got some milestones, and we got an Explore Duna to transmit data. That's awesome. 60 MITs. See, this is the one that's going to be hard, because I don't think we've got 60 MITs in the bank here. And I don't want to do this right now. So let's go ahead and keep this one for now. Wait, this one's 12 MITs. Let's transmit this one. We're going to keep this one and transmit this one. There we go. And then we're going to transmit this one. We're going to lower our landing gear. Yeah, we're just letting the transmissions go. We're gonna have to do that gravioli one. We're gonna have to transmit that when we're on the ground and we're just sitting there, and then we'll get a fresh one, and then we'll transmit that one, and then we will do things from there. There is method to my madness, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, we don't actually want this maneuver node anymore. We do want this. And what we're going to do here is we're going to try to come down and maybe land right on this black area. That seems reasonable. And then we'll do the whole cycling through experiments thing. I do not want that to happen. Let's just do that. There we go. Yeah, I'm more concerned with just getting a trajectory that kind of heads down into here instead of anything else. There we go. We're not traveling all that fast anymore. Impact in 78 seconds. Let's go ahead and aim ourselves retrograde. Let's go ahead and turn on fine controls. He seems to be a little shimmy shaky. Fine, we won't automatically aim retrograde. Because he was using electric charge to do that. We kind of need that electric charge to control you. So let's go down to about 15 seconds before here. I love being able to time warp the whole way down. Okay, and I'm pushing this down so it's close to horizontal. Or vertical, whatever. Okay, and the rest of this we can do via the tools that aren't Kerbal Engineer, or that aren't that other one. The HUD. I talk good. Nice and easy. Hopefully we're not too tall and top heavy. There we go. Turn the computer off. Let ourselves settle here. We are not too tall and top heavy. Nice. Okay. 50 mitts. What is going on? Okay, fine. Will the computer being on destroy our electric charge? Okay, at least it can time warp. Yeah, we're getting electric charge back. Can I transmit this while we're in electric charge? I don't want to transmit 50 mitts though. Let's get the batteries back full. Okay, then we're going to transmit this. Let's see if we can transmit 50 mitts before running out of power. Looks like we can. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's 60 that we can't do. We can do most of 60. Okay, we can transmit 8 for sure and 12 for sure. We're getting all these things. We have successfully explored Ike. We have transmitted a recovery scientific data. We have landed on Ike. We have orbited Ike. And we have done all these things for the World First Corporation. Let's go ahead and get our electric charge back up to 400. And then we'll do that gravioli thing, which will give us another one. Seismic scan. Go ahead and transmit it, I guess. Okay, we don't want this seismic scan, but we do want to review the atmosphere analysis. Oh, that's what it is. Over Duna's Midlands. I didn't realize you could get that. I wonder if it'll let me get this from here. You know what? I'm going to reset it and see if we get a better one. Review the gravity data. This is 60 mitts. This is the one that we want to transmit here. And here's where we need to allow data loss, which I think we already have turned on. Yeah, 70, 73, 80%, 90%. Oh, we will make it. We can just get it. If we let the battery charge fill all the way up, we can send these. Nice. And might as well get our 2.6 science here. Okay, we're gonna fill up the power again. Now we are ready to take off, except the sun hasn't set yet. Oh, look at that! Eve is transiting the sun. So these solar panels should still be in the sun. Yeah. So we want to see, where are we? We are right on the equator. So we want to burn to the east. Let's turn the computer on. Let's get ourselves aimed that way. It's that way. We are going to hit the gas. Whoa, we don't want to do that. Now, this guy does not have very much power, but he should be able to get into orbit of Ike. This is worth nothing, so let's reset it. Yeah, we want our Ike apoapsis to be at least 10, if not 20. Burning up just a little bit to make sure we cover any walls here that we come across. Micro landing strut was overstressed. Yeah, it exploded on the surface. I guess that would probably put a lot of stress on it. Boom, 17 by 18. Okay, now we need to burn down to Duna, which is going to require burning here. And we have to make sure our Duna periapsis is above the atmosphere when we start. So I think that's fine, because we need to test that engine in what you call it. We've got that engine test that we need to do. We need to test the the ant. We need to test the ant in orbit of Duna at 50,000 meters, or 500,000 meters. So let's go ahead and do this burn. There's Duna, look at that. Okay, I think that's perfectly good here. Okay. Okay, we got more science to do, and we've got full juice here, so let's go ahead and transmit 12, transmit 8. And yeah, we are many thousands of meters over Duna. There's Duna. Whoa, 8-7. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be... I feel like we should have a gravity scan. Review data. Look at that. Transmit. And then we can't transmit this one. We did just complete some contracts, though. We have entered orbit of Duna. Nicely done. Yeah, we have to let this finish. Let the batteries charge back up. Then we can transmit this. But that's going to happen. That's going to happen after we pass through the thing here. Okay, once we get... Okay, we're between 50 and this. I think that means our contract's good. Yes. Oh, no. No, we need to be between 500 and 510. So let's go ahead and get down to 510. The boys back home are excited for this data. I don't know why. But there we go. We have tested the ant. I hope you're happy. They seem to be. 250 grand. Good job. Okay. Now we don't care about that anymore. We care about our electric charge. So let's get back in the sun. We also care about being at periapsis, which is only in 4 minutes. So we actually need to aim retrograde here. Okay, we need to aim retrograde ourselves because the ship can't do it. And yeah, the rest of this is all basically free. So I'm going to, because we don't really need that much fuel anymore. So I'm going to get down into orbit, which is only going to take 259. So yeah, we got a grand extra delta V on the ship. So we're fine. But we do want to get this burn done so we get into a nice orbit here. We are aimed directly away from the sun, so we should be losing electric charge probably right now. And this size probe is about all that could use this ant. So I'm glad I was able to make a ship that could go all the way to Duna and achieve what I wanted while using the ant. The ant's going to be useless in the atmosphere as well. I'm thinking now I might have wanted to bring a drogue chute, because I'm not sure if this chute will be enough now that I'm thinking about it. I was thinking on the surface that I could run the engine, but now I'm thinking, no, I can't, because it's terrible in not in atmosphere. Just getting all the science we can before we go down. Of course, we only get sunlight on half the orbit. Okay, I'm going to do a perform all science just to make sure. Reset, 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 reset. Okay, everybody has gotten their science data. Now, we're going to go over here. We are going to turn on trajectories. If it's not on already, it was. And we're going to bring this down to the point where we just have enough to land. And it's right there that we're going to land. So we're going to drag this back Because we want to be in the atmosphere as long as possible. We also want to land on the lowest portion possible, which is probably this area here. But I don't care enough to do it. So if this thing crashes, it crashes. That's where we are right now. Yeah, it feels like this is possibly the best place to do it. It kind of sucks because a lot of the falling is going to be in the dark. But the landing will be at kind of at sunrise in this wide open area. We're going to hit F5 and make that our spot. 14 minutes, 9-second burn. And as soon as we get over this plane, I'm just going to start gunning the engine. We're just going to waste all of our fuel because I don't think it's going to be worth anything. Although I say that, but you know what? Duna's atmosphere isn't that thick. I mean, I've gotten a manned ship off of Duna with a Terrier. So maybe I won't burn the fuel away. That works for me. We're hitting F5. We're turning off the computer. And we're time warping to atmospheric insertion. Are we in the sun? Not yet. We're not transmitting anything until the sun rises. Of course, we are stable forward, which is a bad sign. But when we, once we pull the chute, assuming we pull the chute, world first, we have entered suborbital flight. We have entered into atmospheric flight above Duna. Okay, our things are going up, so let's go ahead and transmit this data. Oh, this is 200 MITs. This is the expensive one. Yeah, see, we can't. We're just going to keep this one until we land, presuming we do land. We'll transmit these two. Okay, let's go ahead and whoa, that's not what I wanted. Okay, we can't have the computer on. We just can't. That has become blatantly obvious. We cannot have the computer on at all. Well, actually, we were at 4 times time warp. That was kind of dumb of me to expect to be able to do that. Okay, as long as we get over this ridge, we should be good. And actually, it doesn't even look like we're going to be doing that. We're going to be coming in over here, so ideally, this will be fine. I'm surprised we didn't have any gravioli data. Gravity scans can't be done in atmosphere. Huh. Things you learn. Hey, there we go. 12 MITs. Yeah, we can accept that. Okay, I need to turn this off. We're going to transmit this. I'm getting very scared. We're not going to make this here. Okay, the parachute is possible now. We're just going to let the engine and the parachute do their work. All while transmitting anything that happens to come up. I'm also going to tweak the parachute to fully deploy at whatever altitude it wants to. And boom. That was semi-ridiculously easy. If only we didn't have a 2-kilometer... Well, it's only 500 meters, so yeah, we're fine. But yeah, I don't even think we need to run the engine on the way down. But I will a little bit, just to be sure. There we go. Okay, 50 MITs. Can we afford that? I think I'm going to wait. I would like to not be rotating here. Let's go ahead and do this so we're kind of facing up this hill. Turn the computer off. Ideally, we'll just land flat on that. There we go. The solar panel is keeping us centered. Okay, let's time warp a bit. Get our solar power up. Transmit this. Seismic scan for 50 MITs. What are we getting for these? Land on Duna complete. We have landed on the surface of Duna. I was aware of that. We have successfully explored Duna, and we have transmitted or recovered scientific data from Duna. Reset this one. Okay, 8 MITs. This is the cheap stuff. 8 and 12. Let those go. Transmit that, even though we're not going to get it all. Just wait for our 4%. Okay, did we get it? Yeah, 100%. 200 MITs here. Let's transmit this. And finally, let's go ahead and run all science and see if there's anything left. Reset, 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 reset. There is no more science to be gotten. This is a dead probe. We have successfully explored Duna. But have we found any anomalies? The answer is yes. We've got 2 of these. Investigate Cydunia. The blurry photographs we took of Duna's orbit found a hill that looks rather strange. We think it looks like, well, maybe you should just check it out for yourself. We're definitely going to accept that. Investigate something shiny on Duna. We noticed what looked like something shiny on the surface of Duna in one of the photographs. Let's go take a closer look. Let's do it. Okay, we have an anomaly on Moho. We must have performed an orbit of Moho before we get it. Oh, jeez. And we need to orbit the correct Julian moon. Orbit the correct Julian moon. And we need to orbit a Julian moon. So that's actually it for the anomalies, though. We need to orbit Moho and the Julian moon. So we don't need to go to Elu. We don't need to go to Eve. We do need to go to Duna. And yeah, we don't need to go to Dres. So guess what, Dres? Sorry. So yeah, all we need to do here is go to Moho. We need to set up another thing to go to Moho. And we need to actually orbit it this time. And now that we know that, maybe we'll just send a crude thing to Moho. So we're actually getting really close. We need to send Kerbins to Duna, Kerbins to Moho, and probes to Jewel when the time comes. I hope you're looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to doing it. I'm loving this new contract configurator thing. I'm HMV and I will. As always, talk at you later.